She took no questions, but the governor of Oklahoma insisted Clayton Lockett's 40-minute death as he was strapped to a gurney in the Oklahoma State Penitentiary will be investigated.
An independent review of the Department of Corrections procedures would be effective and also appropriate.
However, despite repeatedly calling it an independent review, a member of her cabinet will lead and oversee the inquiry.
That's why what we are looking for is an investigation led either by the federal Justice Department or similarly by an organization that truly is independent of many of the state officials that we feel are effectively causing the problem.
Minutes after Clayton Lockett was sedated and declared unconscious, he began to stir.
At 6:39, he's still lifting his shoulders and head off the gurney, grimacing, and appeared to be in distress.
He was writhing as he was being administered the drugs to kill him. Doctors say it's an agonizing suffocation if conscious. Independent witnesses were not able to see what happened next. Officials closed the viewing gallery's blinds, but Lockett was pronounced dead of a cardiac arrest 43 minutes after his execution began. And it's a grim vindication for those who argued that new laws in several states to keep secret the source of the drugs used violate the constitutional right against cruel and unusual punishment. Many pharmaceutical companies now refuse to supply drugs for U.S. death chambers. As a result, state authorities are acquiring the drugs elsewhere, but they refuse to say where. That's led to suspicions about drug quality and regulation. Some argue how Lockett died is not important. He was convicted of shooting a 19-year-old girl and watching as she was buried alive. The object was to kill Lockett, and that was achieved. Others say even if you believe in the death penalty, the Constitution must be upheld.
We have a fundamental standard in this country that even when the death penalty is justified, it must be carried out humanely.
The argument in the United States was once solely about the morality of the death penalty. Now there is also the argument of whether state authorities have the proper means to carry out their legal right to kill without torturing prisoners to death. Shihab Ratansi, Al Jazeera.